Hey everybody, that's right. Another interview for you guys. I know you guys love these interviews because the stuff that you keep telling me says you do. Thanks for emailing us, everybody. Today, or this week, we have Wendy Summers on the show. We're really excited to have her on. She gave us a new look this week. Look, we got the full body, the full blown body. No more neck up stuff. Look at, there's toes and everything for y'all. Wendy, how are you?
I'm doing pretty good. How are you tonight?
I am very well. I don't know if you've are a long time listener. I've listened to the show, but I am a bit of an alcoholic, and I have been drinking a little bit today, and just a little bit. So the word is I'm good. Um,
I wish I would have known that because I would have started with you.
oh, you could feel free if you'd like throughout the
Unfortunately,
interview.
we're decaf tonight.
Okay, let's just get right into what people want to know. People want to know why you're on the show. What is it that you do?
I shove shit up my ass.
Okay, so
Yeah. Yeah.
I love it. Okay, everybody's loving
Um,
it. See, I don't usually get put on the spot where I don't know what to say, but you just hit that spot, and I'd like to thank you because I love this kind of stuff. This is good TV. So let's get right into it. You like to stick stuff in your butt. What kind of
oh yeah.
things have you stuck in your ass?
What have I stuck in my ass? Let's see. My introduction to, and I should say, preface. I'm a transsexual porn star. I also do webcam. My introduction to porn was shoving a lit lightsaber up my ass. Yeah, I see your eyes bulging out there.
A lightsaber.
A lightsaber. I've taken Thor's hammer, Mjolnir. I have taken more traditional things, cocks, dildos, vibes. One guy that was the size of my arm, never again. Um, so yeah, but no, I've been, trying to think what else unusual has gone up there that's been caught on film.
So regular stuff, vegetables, all that kind of stuff.
Surprisingly, I have not done vegetables yet.
There's like this viral thing going around I've seen online where it's video of, I don't know if it's true or not because it's the internet, but there's someone sticking a whole bell pepper in their ass and like sucking the whole thing in and then pushing it out. Is that
You know,
something that you do? I mean, not necessarily that. Is that one of your things? Do you
I
make
have
something
not done
disappear
that
and
yet,
then
but
make
now
it
that you've
reappear?
said that, I love a challenge.
Yeah,
So I'm thinking, yeah.
I have seen it. I don't know if it's real, but I've seen it. It's very magical, for lack of a better word. It's like make something disappear and then reappear.
Abracadabra.
Okay, so you said right. Well, I know what everybody that's listening wants me to ask right now.
Sure.
Whose lightsaber was it? Luke Skywalker's lightsaber or was it Darth Vader's? What color was it?
It was Luke's. It was a blue
Oh,
lightsaber.
okay. So you took
Now,
the dark. You didn't go with the dark side.
no, I didn't go with the dark side, though. In hindsight, I kind of wish it was purple because then it would have been a badass lightsaber,
Yeah.
but you know.
Okay. That's nice. Okay, so you do porno. You
I
do
do.
pornography. How long have you been doing pornography?
I'm going to be heading into just about a year since my first shoot. Shot with Shemale Yum back then, and my solo site launched just 2 months ago in February this year, so.
How has being a porn star changed your life?
How has it changed my life?
And do you
Um,
say porn star? Do you consider yourself a porn star?
I don't know. I
Oh,
do porn.
yeah. You're a
It's one of
porn
those things,
star.
and it's something I should say that like I've got this dual life. I work corporate America and I do
Oh,
porn.
oh, I love this.
So
This is going to be interesting questions.
yeah, so like I've got this unusual dichotomy, and it's something I'm struggling with lately because my income from adult entertainment has now surpassed the day job. So do I say that I work
Mm.
as a porn star and I do marketing on the side, or do I say I do marketing and I'm a porn star on the side? I don't know really at this point.
So so obviously the porn industry has you've done well in it if it's surpassing your corporate world lifestyle.
Yes.
Okay, what what is it like to having two lifestyles, like two different trips?
Have you ever watched the show Alias with
I
Jennifer Gardner?
Yes.
Yeah, it's. Some days I swear my life is like that because you walk into one room and you have to keep. You're in a certain mindset and you're trying to behave to the decorum, And then you walk out of the room and you're in another room, and suddenly it's like, okay, close off. Yeah, can you shove that up my ass, please?
How
A
do,
little more lube.
how is when you're in the corporate world, are you constantly worried that you're going to do something like that, or let it slip that, or you're going to someone's gonna go, oh God, I guess what I saw this weekend. Oh my God, this is Wendy or whatever name
Yeah.
you're using at work.
No, see, it's one of those things because I know very well if anybody actually finds what I do,
Mhm.
then they were obviously looking for it.
Right, right.
Um, so I've always got that little card. I had somebody. My local area is not known. Oh, did we mention that I'm a transsexual porn
Yeah,
star?
yes, we did.
We did. Okay, good. My local bar, they don't have no clue that I'm transsexual. Nobody in my area knows at all. And one of my local bar people shows up in my webcam chat one day, and he holy shit, holy shit, I know you, I know you, I know you. I'm like, well, what do you? And he starts describing the bar in detail, and you can see he's kind of like, yeah, I got you now, I got you now. And I go, well, this is going to stay between the two of us, right? And just dead silence on the other side as he realized that, wait a second, he can't actually say.
Right. Guess what I was looking at? I was looking at Wendy's penis. It's rough, yeah. Like it's kind of like you
It's
can't really.
rough.
It's kind of hard to say that, right? Yeah. It's one of those things that I think that it's one of the advantages. Obviously, an advantage that you have to stay sort of anonymous if that's the world that you want to live in. What do you do? Can you tell us what you do in the corporate world?
What I do in the corporate world, I work as blah, 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 English. I work as an operational analyst for a marketing company. So basically, I look at statistics of people using like various discounts and stuff, and I guess why they do it. Really exciting, heavy duty math lifting. Not fun.
Is there any is there anything that the two worlds that you have that kind of cross? Like, are there things, you know what I mean? Like, do you use anything from your corporate world life in your porn life, or like where it's it's like I kill two birds with one stone kind of thing, or this is kind of like when like when you're sticking something in your ass, it's kind of like oh yeah, it's like right in the elevator in the building or some stupid shit like that.
Well, okay, here's where I'm gonna get in trouble because like 90% of like the interaction I do with fans is on Twitter.
Hmm.
So usually I'm at my day job. One side I'm running a query on the computer. The other side I'm tweeting about how tonight I can't wait to do this, do that, shove something up my ass, make people never look at Dora the same way,
Yeah.
something like that.
Okay, so enough about the corporate world. But nobody cares about that, right? You don't really care about that anymore now that it's not making
Yeah.
enough money. Um, you said you're a porn star. You do pornography. That means videos, etc., are out there.
There's plenty of videos. Let's put it this way. I think even with just the freebies, you could probably piece together every inch of my body, including the insides. So
Oh. Okay, we're gonna have to We're gonna have to go back to your insides, like how we get that, because that will be interesting. But you have your website. What's your website?
my website is www.wendysummers.com.
Is this where you're making the most of your money now?
Oh yeah.
That's the transition, right? You sort of get into pornography. You make a bunch of videos, and then you realize that you can make a lot more money on your own, and you go to the web. Is that the
Well,
normal?
that's the normal way that a lot of people go. I actually had the reverse process. I started out as a webcam girl and have done really well on that. I'm on the iFriends platform. I'm one of their featured stars. And I started shooting my own sets for myself for marketing for that. And eventually said, oh, wait, maybe I should, get more publicity for myself, shoot for other people. And started doing that, and everything kind of gelled. And so, like, for me, I've always been from the side of I'm shooting for myself. I'm shooting my own content, my own thing, kind of, there. But now I'm slowly getting into the broader realm of things, which is kind of cool.
You could tell that you know what's going on. One, because you probably have your camera looks very clear right now, and the angle that you got set up here. And is that a wireless? Is it wireless? Is it a wireless headset that you have on?
No,
No,
unfortunately it
okay.
is. Unfortunately I am cabled here. That's about the only downside to the setup I did for you tonight.
Okay, but it's very geeky. Let's get it. You told in your little bio that you sent me. You talked about your geekiness, and
Oh God, yeah.
right off the bat, when you talked about lightsaber, it's like the geeky light went off. You know, what is it that you say you love geeky stuff? What is the geekiest shit that you love, or what is geeky to you?
Oh God. Well, there's a lot of things. To me, geeky is anything that you just love. You love more than anything, and you can talk about it for 20 hours at a time. So technically, I'm a porn geek. Um, but by the same
There's a lot
token,
of those
like,
out there, yeah.
oh hell yeah! Hey, listen, I love y'all. I'm one of you. No, but the like Star Wars is a really big part of like things that I dig. In fact, I'm not going to pan over there because if I do, my entire identity will be known to a huge chunk of the Star Wars fandom.
Mm-hmm.
But over to this side here is glass cases with Star Wars like collectibles, toys, that kind of stuff, and some of it would be pretty noticeable. So Star Wars is a big deal. Movies. I do a little bit of light gaming, mainly the Lego games. Love the Lego games. Um, Science fiction, fantasy, cosplay. Cosplay. I like cosplay. Um, pop culture. I'm incessantly quoting movies, and to the point where most people are kind of like thinking I'm weird, thinking I've like had a short circuit when like somebody that gets it starts laughing. It's like, okay, yeah.
Interesting. So you know how you said that you have all this? You said the Star Wars fandom would know who you are,
Yes.
and you're like, oh, I don't want. You kind of made it seem like maybe you don't want people to know who you are. There's a whole nother identity going on in that world for you?
No. The point is, they would know where I live.
Oh, okay. Let's not.
It's like one of those things that like online you show off collectibles you have,
Mm-hmm.
right? And so like there is a point where I try to keep my personal life. I live this kind of weird life because my porn persona is me. There's nothing I hold back. There's nothing that like is fake about this. But by the same token, I also like to keep the very specific details: who I am, where I live. That I kind of like to keep to myself. And some of that's just I come from a performing arts background, theater and film, and so I've had friends that are,
I see.
high up there, and I've seen what can happen when that stuff is commonly available. So that's why I kind of like, I'm like, so if I put that out there, they're not only going to know where I live, they're going to know what my identity was as a male. So it's like that kind of thing. It's like, and it's one of the challenges as a transsexual, because you always kind of walk this dichotomy where you want to be accepted for who you are, but by the same token, you kind of have to put aside some of that, the old connections, because otherwise it taints how people interact with you.
That makes sense. I don't tell anybody where I live because I get pretty nasty things in the mail. It's a small world though here in Hawaii, so they find me all the time. I keep getting shit. You have your website. You talked about doing webcam stuff. That's strictly people come and they tell you, let's do a private show. They put tokens in or some shit like that, and you stick stuff in your ass.
I stick stuff in my ass. I'll talk with them. I mean, here, I'll give you a little. You ready for a freebie?
Yeah. Please.
I don't give freebies out very often. All right.
If you're gonna give us a freebie, I am going to make sure that this is recording. Let's just make sure this is recording.
Make sure this is recording.
Yeah, because freebies are what. This is good TV. It is recording. This right here.
Okay.
For the record, now before you're gonna do a freebie, know this, that our show is on at 12:30 in the morning, and we can say and do whatever we want. So, do whatever you want to do. Freebie time.
All right. Well, I was going to keep it clean because I assumed it is
please.
broadcast.
You're going to keep it clean? Aww.
Oh, come on. You got to trust me.
Okay, do whatever you want to do. No holds barred.
Okay. Well, no, so like a case in point, one thing that I'll often go through with people is I'll be like, Ronnie, could you just like, imagine being on the couch here with me? Mm-hmm. Maybe we're snuggled up, watching a little movie. Your hands, your arm kind of wrapped around me, pulling me back. Just imagine me there, maybe facing you a little bit. Maybe giving you a little kiss on the lips. What do you think? Would you give me a kiss on the lips?
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe you noticed that I pulled my hair back a little bit and my neck's a little exposed.
Sure.
Get that little scent of like strawberries. You're thinking about kissing it, aren't you?
Strawberries is my favorite.
So maybe you'd start kissing and it would pull my strap down on my dress a little bit. Kissing, letting your hands start to roam my body a little. Maybe you'd feel my hand on the inner thigh of your legs, my nails just kind of tracing lightly up and down. Yeah, so something like that.
Yeah, that's good stuff right there. And scene. Can you tell I'm blushing? I hope look, everybody, I'm like flustered.
Yeah, it's
now literally flustered right now. Here's the question. This is perfect that we just did this. We are recording this on Skype. I've noticed that in the the porn industry, at least online, I'm starting to see, you see the porn stars on Twitter, etc., saying, "Oh, pay me to be on Skype with you." Is that going on?
It does go on. It's part of the reason Skype has kind of boomed for people is because unlike a lot of the other the websites like iFriends, which I'm on, StreamMate, on Live, those sites obviously they're handling the hosting infrastructure. They take a cut. I mean, it's the same as any kind of platform out there. And Skype lets people do it basically for free. So it affects your, and again, putting my businesswoman sassy suit on. It makes sense financially for a lot of people to do that. Personally, I don't like it so much because then I've got to deal with the headaches of dealing with money with people. And, I'd rather, for me, if I'm going to be doing a cam session, it's really about making connection. I mean, you can see I'm like to have that kind of interaction with the person I'm talking with, getting to know each other. Webcam isn't just about sexual fantasy. It absolutely is. It's erotic. It's you're going to get off with each other. Hey, that's fine. There's intimacy to that. But to the same token, there's also a bit of getting true intimacy there for me. Like really trying to connect, really trying to understand the person that I'm dealing with, because if I understand them better, I can understand their fantasies better, and I can work better to give something we're going to both be done with and be like, oh, fuck yeah.
So what you're saying is it's not just full on work for you. I've been, I've seen, I've gone and, paid some money for some webcam stuff before in my life. I'm 38 years old. What do you want from me? I've been around for a little while. I've done the go to the porno shop, and then there's the, you put the quarters in. I've done all of that. I've done all of that stuff in my life, so I get it. And in my head, I've always been, I guess I'm maybe a little deviant in my lifetime, or the way my brain works at least. And in my mindset, I've always gone into those types of environments with the idea that I'm going to go in there and I'm going to build this fantasy in my brain, that she really wants me, and the things that she's saying to me are completely true. Like I psych my, I turn it on, and then, but at the same time, when I leave, I know, look at you, you're falling in love with me, right? Come on, tell the truth. It happens. And so I come.
Ronnie.
Yes.
Ronnie.
Yes.
Seriously, sweetie, you're adorable.
Oh, thank you.
You're adorable.
You're quite attractive as well. I can't wait to see that cock. No. No. Uh-oh. Here we go. Watch out. No.
Oh, am I allowed to do that on the air?
If you want to, you can. I think that'll be good.
All right, you go. See, the trick with webcam is it's by the minute, so
you gotta string it out. Yeah.
You gotta take it out. See
there. Look at you.
There she is. She's not awake right now.
Oh, it's okay. Wow, that was pretty clever with the thing. No, but I paint this picture in my head, and so what you're saying, it's not always a picture.
Sometimes it is a picture.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's about getting. I mean, you can see here.
Uh-huh.
So maybe I'm talking with you and I find out you're an ass guy.
Yeah.
Because
you did that and I went.
Yeah, see, exactly.
See?
It's zoom in, pan in. Okay, pan in. There we go. But yeah, so sometimes I totally lost track. I just wanted to show my ass.
I understand. It's one of the things that I try to keep myself from doing is busting my ass out on every show. I like to take my shirt off during my shows a lot. It's my
Fun.
eroticism.
You show me yours, I'll show you mine. Ooh, damn, look at that tat. Okay, I promised, didn't I? Yeah, we're gonna go to... Oh, headset's gotta come off.
Okay. Whoa, careful. Oh, I guess it's got to stay off now. It's got to stay off now, right?
Oh, it's gonna stay off. I can keep it off. I don't think I look that fat tonight.
Oh, no, you look perfectly fat.
Ouch. I know,
that's a compliment.
right?
Yeah. No. No. Nice. Let's talk about your breasts.
Okay.
I've had a few transsexuals on.
Yes.
As of late, all of them very large breasts. Your breasts are average, I would say.
My breasts are average. I'm natural. Right now, I am.
So this is what? This is pills that have made this estrogen.
For me, I'm a little bit unique. I actually, starting at puberty, developed breasts. I've had them so pretty much my whole life.
So I have boobies too. Not as nice as yours, though. Not as nice as yours, though.
Can you get milk out of yours?
No, can you get milk out of yours? What?
Yeah.
Okay, wait. I'm not laughing at you.
I understand. It's just you just didn't expect it.
I'm laughing. One, my nipples are hard now, and two, you're putting it in your coffee.
My own milk. I mean, my coffee. It's like, oh look, it's just squirted.
Oh, shit, that's hilarious stuff right there. No, I'm laughing because that's good TV. That right there is going to be awesome TV.
Of course, that's why I'm.
So let's talk about your breasts. They're out. They look like. Right? Like, I mean, it's going to sound weird because, they look like, what might be an itty bitty titty video girl. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, they look like, these are my breasts. Look at them. And dudes are probably fall in love with the fact that they're real. Right?
Yeah.
So
it's one of the things I've got unusual compared to most of the girls in the industry.
What are you okay with those, or is your intention to go large?
Well, here's the really. You want to know the really sad thing?
Yes. Well, I just want to know. Whatever.
These were much bigger. I've been struggling with some hormone issues. My body's been kind of alternating between really high estrogen and really low estrogen, and we don't know why. But it's meant that I've been off of HRT for most of the past year. So before, I used to be in the D cup range.
Oh, wow. And that was from the pills?
And that was from the pills. So this is me without pills. And I was up to about a D with pills. So, yeah. So if I ever get back to where I was, I will be very, very happy.
So you're not thinking about augmentation then?
No, probably not. The only way I would consider is if I find that, in fact, I need to stay off HRT, then I probably will consider it, just because I miss them.
Yeah. Did you find that your income went down when they got smaller? Like, was there a sector?
Not at all.
No. Is in the transsexual world, dudes that are looking to, interact or, pay to see or, have sex with, are in the transsexual world, or what dudes are looking for? Does breast size come into it? Like in
no, it does. I mean, understand. I probably see less traffic than I would, and I'd probably have a much larger fan base. And I've got a really good fan base to begin with, but I'd have a much larger one if I had larger ones. There's, and I think that's true of any porn when you look at it. There is a niche for the girl next door. There's a niche for the, as you put it, itty bitty titty videos.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's something that that's not what you see a lot.
There's a place for us.
Mm-hmm. Especially with the milk. Oh my God, you got your super niche. Yeah, you're like a world of your own.
I actually do have a couple of folks in webcam that I'm just sitting there going, oh God, I keep squirting myself.
Now, is that
I'm actually squirting tonight?
biologically? Yeah. You are a man, right? Biologically. this milk right now, right? Hello,
Hi.
biologically, it is true. Uh,
There's something down there, yeah.
yeah, the lactation that's going on here. How does
Yes.
that happen? How is that occurring?
Well, you need to understand that the reason lactation occurs is changes in hormone levels in the body. So basically, my body, for some reason or another, thinks it's pregnant. Which I love the spit take.
Uh-huh.
I hate to break this to you, Ronnie, but it's yours.
Uh-huh. Yeah. That's
It's
my
yours.
baby.
I didn't want to mean to tell you in front of everybody on TV, but yeah.
We're having a boy. Oh wait, we don't know yet. Yeah, we're having a baby.
Yeah, trust me, you wouldn't know until it's like 18 and can go. Yeah, Mom, Dad. Remember how you thought that dick meant I was a guy?
Guess what?
Not
Surprise!
So hi, Mom. Hi, how are you?
Hi. It's not awake. Okay, so you obviously have all kind of things going on. You talked about. Let's just get right. What are people going to find on your website?
What are people going to find on my website? Really cool.
But how do you set? Okay, really cool porn. How do you set yourself apart from all the rest then? Because there's a lot, right?
That's okay. I think one of the things that I do, and this is something I talked a little bit about in my introduction thing to you. To me, and this is my pretentious art world background coming out. To me, porn is art. And there is, I mean, we all know the First Amendment arguments about how porn is art and its expression. For me, it really is. I find a big part of who I am is about creativity. I like to make things from nothing. And so for me to pull together a set that really pulls together look and concept can be something exciting for me. I like to pick subjects that are part of my life. A case in point, a great one, coffee. I was online with my Twitter fans, and somebody made a comment, "You can't make coffee sexy." Challenge accepted. So I set out that to me that was like, okay, so now I need to go figure out how do I make coffee porn. And, so I've got a set on the site that's entirely about that, and it's about the eroticism of, we wake up in the morning, and we just had a fucking awesome night together. And, what's the best thing to do with somebody you're intimate with is make them something in the morning. Make that pot of coffee. And really looking into the eroticism and the sexuality of something, a small sliver of day-to-day life. And I mean, I do that a lot in my sets, is where I kind of focus on those little moments. A set we just released 2 weeks ago was cleaning the bathroom. You're like, cleaning the bathroom, how can that be erotic? But yet, getting down on my hands and knees and scrubbing the floor and everything shakes, and toilet brushes as dildos. See, there was the one I missed to tell you when you asked me before. What unusual things have I showed on my ass? A toilet brush.
Yes.
So that's one aspect of the type of porn I do, is to kind of take something that's day-to-day life, something we all deal with, all handle, but find the sexuality, find the eroticism in it. Another thing I tend to do is a lot of stuff that taps into my geeky love of things. We talked about that before. Mm-hmm. I did a set that was Captain Cave Girl, because I loved that old Saturday morning cartoon. So my little faux fur bikini and, my little cape, and me have big wood.
Captain Caveman, right? That was how it went.
Exactly. Yeah? Oh yeah, I did the whole scream and everything in the middle of it. So the site's got a mix of that. The site does a mix of hardcore. I don't know how familiar you are with transsexual porn. But
I've looked at a bunch.
But then you probably know Christian, right?
Mm.
You know who Christian is.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, Christian is an amazing performer and does a lot of work for a lot of people, a lot of places. And so there tends to be some fans will be a little critical of the fact that he's everywhere. Mm. And me being the snarky kind of person I am, I said to him, well, we're going to do a scene, and the scene's going to be about how I can't shoot you. And, the whole scene is him basically proving, why hell yes, I'm going to shoot him, because he's really fucking good at fucking.
Uh-huh.
And so it's like a lot of it is trying to tap, everything I do kind of taps a little bit into reality. a little bit into either who I am or things that are going around, because there is a sort of voyeuristic quality. There is this aspect. I mean, look at our society. We focus so heavily on, reality TV, and Facebook and Twitter really kind of puts us all in each other's lives. And so to have porn that's a kind of like that is not, unthinkable, but it's something that a lot of people don't do. There tends to be this wall. A lot of sites do sets that are pink lingerie, blue lingerie, red bed. To me, that's not exciting. That's not something that I, am going to go, yeah, I mean, I can watch the same girl the same time in the same place, and I can get off a few times like that, but eventually it's time to move on. So I try to give something that's a little different.
What are other performers out there? What did they think of what you're doing? Because you're sort of turning, you're going another direction with what you're doing. Do you find other people trying to jump on that, or are people like, oh man, she's, Wendy, she's the artsy one?
No, I'm watching people start to turn on to it.
Yeah.
It's funny because the coffee porn one I talked about before, about less than a week after that one went live and people started to see it, I got a message from Kevin Dong, one of Groupie's producers up in Canada. He's like, I think I need to do a coffee set. Like, and it's interesting because it's one of those things. I'm still in a process where people are discovering me. I've had a lot of success so far. I'm grateful for it. There's still a lot of people that don't know about the stuff that I'm doing, but the industry people do. I went out to LA. The Tranny Awards were back in February, and I got nominated for 2 awards there, and totally surprised. And I'm like, okay, well, I'll go out to California. Didn't really think anybody would know who I was, and I walk into one of the parties, like, I know who you are. I'm like, what? How do you know who I am? And and because the site hadn't hit yet, it was all kind of still new, but people knew who I was. They were aware of what I was doing. And it's been neat to watch that. I can see other people being influenced, and there's other sets coming that are derivative of what I've done, and it's like, yeah, cool.
Yeah, that's awesome. You talked about an awards. Do you have you won awards or anything like that? Have you been up for any awards or anything?
I was up for 2 in the Tranny Awards. I was up for Best Newcomer, and I was also up for non-stereotypical transsexual porn stars. I like to call it the Short Bus Award. I wasn't expecting to win either of them. I was surprised as hell that I was nominated for either of them.
That's cool.
So, just getting out there. I think this next year is going to be the tell. If people keep responding to my work the way they have been, and, all I've heard so far is praise from people. People are digging what I'm doing.
Yeah.
So that's going to be the test, is next year when the award season comes around. Because this past year I had maybe 4 sets out there that would have been eligible for anything. And they were all wrote, porn by the numbers for the major production companies. And don't get me wrong, what they do well. They make money because they do it well.
Right.
But it doesn't stand out the same way.
Interesting. So you said you used the word the Tranny Awards. This is a question that I've asked pretty much every transsexual that I've had on. How do you feel about the word tranny? And what derogatory or disrespectful word out there bothers you? Some people have said she-male, some people have said others.
Yeah, this is a really tricky question for me, and I think some of the answers these days, I'm so nonchalant about it. None of it phases me anymore, and I'm probably really bad at using the terms just because, to me, the derogatoriness of it no longer holds any power over me. Like, to me, it's like, I don't feel like they're naughty words anymore. And I think some of that's probably because of getting somewhat... The work I do, particularly the webcam work, I tend to get a lot of guys that are just starting to discover transsexuals. And they're not really educated. They don't really understand everything. They just know, dude, that chick's got a deck. Mm-hmm. And it's hot. And that's the extent of where they are. And so I will hear all these terms. And part of what I'm there to do, besides get them off, is also to do a little bit of education. Not preaching, but just kind of, subtly changing language or subtly, explaining, yeah, I'm a TS, when I'm a transsexual. When I hit some, oh, you're female, and it's, so do they have a place in society? Probably not. They aren't words that I would necessarily use, say, in my corporate world. But in terms of the kind of world that I work in porn and the kind of people I come in contact with, I've learned not to get fazed by it, because in order for education to happen, in order for there to be real kind of people getting what we are and who we are, you can't come with this reaction of,
right.
I am transsexual, hear me roar. It's not going to change opinions. It's not going to change behavior.
It's understandable. Like everything, like any artist, performer, like me, I've always feel like I have to step the bar, raise the bar. Like, for instance, your penis making its TV debut here in Hawaii is going to be a bar that I'm setting. And I don't know how I'm going to.
Oh, wait, am I the first person to show the penis on air?
On my TV show, there's been vaginas. There's never been any penises. There's never been lactating breast either. So it's
all sorts of firsts.
Yeah, you are. You might get a gold star in the mail from me, a certificate or something. Does that happen to you? Like, do you feel like
that? What?
Do you feel like you're having to step up what you do, like, or what your next set is going to be like?
To an extent. I mean, and I think that's more a function of creation. I mean, I think anybody that creates something, be it art, be it porn, be it anything, you always kind of want to learn from your experience, and you want to figure out how to do something better the next time. The day that I stop running out of ideas, the days I can stop thinking of, all right, what if I do it this way, or I want to do this and I want to do that, the day I stop having those thoughts is the day I probably need to leave. I don't want this ever to be a by the numbers kind of game for me. So always stepping it up, hell yeah. It's not life unless you do that.
Just getting back to what you were saying about how you're finding there's dudes coming along and saying, oh wow, this is a chick with a dick, right? And they get off, they love it.
Yeah.
Like with kink, like I said, I've been around a little while, and I've been around the block, and
right.
And I've seen, there was the point in time where everything that I had to touch had to be fucking hairy vaginas. Then it was fucking fat girls, and then it was black girls, and then it was hairy black girls. You know what I mean? And like,
yeah, I was gonna say, I was waiting for the combination.
Yeah, and then there was the S&M. It just starts getting more kinkier, tying people up, etc. Is the transsexual pornography, is that the new kink? Like, it's not it doesn't as a heterosexual male, does not faze me. Like, to talk to you as you pull out your penis and you lactate doesn't faze me. And I think that I've had a lot of training. I've seen I've been around the block. Seen a lot of penises and a lot of vaginas. Is it that heterosexual men are seeking out this for kink, or are they homosexual? I'm
going to complicate this even more for you.
Okay, please do.
That's okay. I think there's a lot of different reasons why guys find their way to transsexuals and transsexual porn. I think you've hit on one of them, which is there's some cases, and there tends to be a belief that it's largely homosexual in denial, and I really struggle with that because I don't think that's true. I think there's a number of people where that may be the case, that's why they've got the interest in this, and it's their way to kind of explore and get there. There's a lot of other reasons and a lot of other things that I've encountered with guys. Sometimes it is exactly what you're talking about. It's the red sports car. It's the, hey, beep, beep, I want to take this for a drive because it'll be fun and exciting and my adrenaline's going to pump and, my blood's going to flow and I'm not going to need Viagra. That stuff's going to exist. But I think there's also, you talked about BDSM, And I think there's a great example of power play. And what is more seen as a visual of power but the cock, you know? And then to put that on a female body, a soft female body, you know, there's a certain amount of control and power play going on with that for some people. So you've got some of that. I think there's also some people out there that are just genuinely... Sexuality we talk about often in terms of you're gay, you're straight, you're bi. And while I kind of buy into those things, I buy into those things. I think it's a little more complex than just that, because you've got the mental attraction. Who are you mentally attracted to? But then you've got another layer of what body are you attracted to? And sometimes I think it could be you are into guys, you're neutral, or you're into girls. You're into cock, you're into pussy, you're neutral. And so I think that adds another layer to the whole conversation then, because it's like, well, if you start thinking about those things, because I've met guys that I would not define them as anything but heterosexual. I mean, these guys are hetero, but they'll play with the TS. And in their brain, it's like, yeah, dude, you got a cock, I don't care. You know, it's a different thing for them. So I think, I don't know. Labels don't really work when it comes to sexuality, I think.
Yeah.
And so there's
do you feel then as a transsexual you're in like a limbo mode? Like, is it hard for you to have relationships?
No. It's funny. I mean, I'm single right now, and that's largely a choice on my part. I've decided not to date for the time being, and that's, personal life stuff. But that being said, I've dated as a transsexual for years, have had some great relationships with men and women. And I don't think, is it as easy for us to find somebody that's okay with it? Yeah, probably not. I like to joke that, like, part of the reason that I was, the universe made me transsexual was so dating wasn't easy for me. So humility. That there's, I'm not going to say that it's like, a cakewalk, but it's also not impossible. I mean, it's like any sense of attraction. Sexiness, I think, really, truly is something that people get attracted to is confidence. If you believe in yourself, if you've got a firm idea of who you are, what you are, then there's like zero problems of attracting people with that. People love that. That's part of what you want in a partner in life, because you want somebody that's going to be able to be strong when you need. Wait, hold on. I'm going to say this right. Most people want somebody who's going to be able to be strong when they can't, and also somebody that can accept them being strong when they can't. Did I say that right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Sense. Well, if someone is looking for someone with a lot of confidence, obviously you have a grip of it, because for the past 20 minutes you've been sitting here with your breasts out like it's no big deal, and I love it. Most people, this is where it's like there's people that can do pornography, and there's people that would love to do it but just can't because it's the nudity part, right? And I love it. You seem very comfortable, like you're not naked. I like that.
Well, I think here's the thing, and my site is self-produced. The video editing, the still editing is all me. So what that basically means is every day of my life, I wake up in the morning and I turn on the computer and I stare at myself naked. At lunch, I go and work some more and I stare at myself naked. I come home at night. I get on webcam. I've got a little monitor window. I stare at myself naked. It's desensitization more than anything.
I'm gonna try that out because I want to start this whole naked thing. I think 2000
right now.
2000
take that shirt off, baby.
Turn 2000. I'll take it off. 2013 is going to be. 2013 is going to be naked for me. It's going to be nakedness for my world.
Hold on a second, because.
Wait a minute. Are you getting off on me right now? This is hot. This is reverse. Okay, no. Oh, is this okay? Good? Oh, nice.
It's good.
Oh, good. I love it. That is good. That right there, another gold star for you. Getting off on me. Woo. Wow, that was good. Okay.
I can see you're sweating now.
Oh no, no, it's getting hot in here. This the spotlights and everything. You all know all about sets. Um, there's couple questions that I ask everybody that I talk to, bands, etc.
Okay.
Because I feel like these are questions that let me know what someone's all about. You ready for
All
them?
right.
Unicorns, are they overrated?
I have yet to take one on my ass, so I can't answer that yet.
Okay, and I'm sure unicorn is waiting to get in there. Favorite
Is
alcoholic
it a
beverage?
brony?
I know. Favorite alcoholic beverage?
That would have to be a mojito.
Nice. Have you ever been so drunk that you fell down?
3 times in one night.
Are 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 bruises attractive or unattractive?
On me or on somebody else?
That's up to you. I mean, if you like it on you, then I guess you. I
Let's put it this way: if I wasn't modeling, I'd totally be a pain slut.
really okay. Totally. Like you like it when people like bang on you?
Let's put it this way: I was a guest at a BDSM event in the fall, and there's a woman walking around, and from the neck up, she looks totally perfect. The rest of her is just one huge walking bruise.
Wow, that's
And I
hot. That's a
watched her.
boner.
Oh, it's fucking hot. And I watched her get hit by a master with floggers. That was just the guy's amazing with them. And I just watched it and I go, yeah, that would be me. I would totally love that. Scared shitless to do it, but I would love that.
And last question: who in your business, in your profession, do you think people should be looking at?
Ooh.
Like, do you have a favorite?
See, the tough thing for me is there's a couple people that jump to mind.
You can name both. You don't have to single it down to one.
I can name a couple people.
Please.
Okay, the first person I'm going to say that, and she's a rising star in her own right, but I don't think people have even begun to understand how good of a performer she is. Sadie Hawkins, aka Riley Kilo, amazing performer, a good friend of mine. She would be somebody on that list. Amber Sky, who's starting to hit. She just was on Shemale Triple X a couple week ago, 2 weeks ago, something like that. Another performer that I really kind of admire. That I think she does a great job. Been trying to set something up for a while. We just our schedules haven't worked. That would be another person, and I think somebody else to watch is Acadia Veneer. She's relatively new. She was Yum's Girl of the Month in February, and she's slowly popping up all over the place. But again, when you meet her, she's such a ball of energy. Just what comes across on the screen she's explosive. So that's another one that I think is going to be interesting to watch.
Nice. Thank you very much for hanging out with us tonight. Is there anything else, or what do you have coming up? And tell us your website, etc. Where can people find you online?
Sure. Coming out, I just had my first hardcore DVD released, Bang Man Tranny Ass number 10. I have Solo T-Girls number 3 coming out in June. My website is www.wendysummers.com, WENDYSUMMERS.com. And you can check me out there. Oh, I know the other thing I will offer up here. Mm-hmm. Folks can follow me on Twitter. My Twitter username is WendySummersCom. And the first 5 people that mention this show, I will send out some packets, some sample packets of Spunk Lube, as well as some trading cards, WendySummers.com trading cards. So there you go.
Well, thank you very much for being on. I really appreciate it. I've had a lot of fun, and I'll tell you what, you're fun. You're really good fun to talk to. Like, just fuck. I bet you're really good fun to be around, for real. You probably are the life of the party, right?
Oh no! See, what you don't realize is that I sit like over in the corner there, just like, hi. Yeah, you're not buying it, are you?
No, I'm not buying it at all. You're running down the street with your cock out. Come on, that's my story. I run down the street. I get drunk and I pull my cock out too.
Okay, let's see it.
No, when I'm drunk. You gotta keep the fantasy going. No, I'm a little tipsy. I'm not there yet. Maybe next time. Before you go, would you like to cut a little bumper for me? Like, hey, this is Wendy Summers. You're watching Beneath Everything with Ronnie Rucker. And, I put that into the show.
Absolutely. Let me see if I can try to remember all that.
Okay, the show's
we don't get lines in porn,
Well, you feel free to say whatever, but, it's one of those types of things. The show's called Beneath Everything with Ronnie Rucker.
Beneath Everything. Okay, let me see if I can do this.
Okay, feel free.
Hey, this is Wendy Summers, and you are watching? Okay. Hey, this is Hey, this is Wendy Summers, and you're watching Beneath Everything with Ronnie Rucker.
Nice.
And he's flashing tits at me, and oh my god, I can't really focus.
I'm gonna try to lactate on you. I'm gonna try to lactate on you now.
Oh wait, see, that's what I should have done for your bumper. That's what I should have done for you. Your bumper should be here. You're watching Beneath Everything you're watching Beneath Everything with Ronnie Rucker. And of course, I'm not going to lactate right now.
It's okay. And we can't see because your nipple is below the thing.
Oh, okay. That's okay. I just squirted milk in my face anyway.
Okay. That is amazing.
There we go. You are watching Beneath Everything. Oh, this is Wendy Summers, and you are watching Beneath Everything with Ronnie Rucker. What's a drink?
Oh, this is amazing TV. This is going to be really good. Thank you so much for making it.
You're welcome.
This show is going to be good. So like what I said,